Here we are going to discuss about the later Mauryas. So after decline of Mauryan dynasty, you see in 184 BC, Mauryan dynasty is declined. Mauryan dynasty is declined. After Mauryan dynasty, in North India and also in South India. So in South India, the de facto authorities of Mauryas, they declared independence. In South India, they declared independence, they are Shatavahanas. So after decline of Mauryas dynasty, in South India, Shatavahanas became independent. Okay, now South India, it's a safe side, but what about North India? So in North India, we have conflicts, political uncertainty. The political uncertainty was there. That's why here after Mauryas or later Mauryas, there are two kinds of kingdoms, two kinds of dynasties entered in North India. That is one, native kingdoms and foreign kingdoms. So you understand perfectly, after decline of Mauryas, North India has some political uncertainty. That's why there are two kinds of dynasties are existed. That dynasties are called one, native or local dynasties and foreign dynasties. But in South India, what happened? Shatavahanas became independent. So regarding South India, there was no problem. Politically, it became very sound. But North India, it has these uncertainty system. That's why after Mauryas declining, so in North India, we have local political dynasties or local kingdoms and one more, foreign kingdoms. So foreign kingdoms. So local kingdoms are two. Local kingdoms are two. That is Shungas. That is Shungas and Kanwas. So Kanwas. So Shungas and Kanwas. In that is called local dynasties. And foreign dynasties. We have foreign dynasties also. So here foreign dynasties means one, so Indo-Bactrians. Two, so after Indo-Bactrians we have, that is Shaka and Parthian and Kushans. So foreign kingdoms, those are Indo-Bactrians, Shaka kingdom and Parthian kingdom, Kushans. So these are called the foreign kingdoms. So we should, because so many people will have doubts after Mauryas, declining of Mauryas, what was political condition, political situation in North India. That's why, so these are the local kingdoms and these are the foreign kingdoms. Total North India, it is occupied by these kingdoms. Okay, now we can go for one by one. First, Shungas. Who are the Shungas? So how they came, what they have ruled. So we have to see about the Shunga dynasty. But here, the years, we may have confusion regarding the period and years. That's why it is better to not mention. It is better to not mention. That's why, so we can say this is later Mauryas. But regarding period, regarding years, there is no particular indicating the years. Okay, this is, we go for the Shungas. Shunga dynasty founder was Pushyamitra Shunga. He was founder of Shunga dynasty. Earlier, we know that information. Pushyamitra Shunga killed the last king of Mauryas, that is Brihadratha. So after killing Brihadratha, Pushyamitra Shunga established Shunga dynasty. So we should remember the Mauryas last emperor, that is Brihadratha. He was killed by his army chief as well as minister, that is Pushyamitra Shunga. So Pushyamitra Shunga killed Brihadratha, established Shunga dynasty. So in North India, we have after Mauryas, later Mauryas, in North India, the dynasty is established by Pushyamitra Shunga. So, his capital Pataliputram. His capital Pataliputram. Later, capital is shifted to Vidarsha. Later, capital is shifted to Vidarsha. So, what are the sources of this Shunga dynasty? It is purely native local dynasty. It is purely local dynasty. So, what are the sources? What are the sources of this Shunga dynasty? Especially we have some books. We have some books. That is Panini Ashtadhyayini. Panini Ashtadhyayini. So, Panini Ashtadhyayini is the most important book. And Patanjali. So, Patanjali, he was in the period of Shungas. Patanjali. So, he wrote Mahabhashyam. Patanjali wrote Mahabhashyam. So, Patanjali was in the period of Shungas. He was stayed in the period of Shungas. You know, who was Patanjali? Yoga. Mahabhashyam, it explains about the yoga. So, he introduced yoga to India and also as well as the world. That's why, so Patanjali was in the period of Shungas. He wrote Mahabhashyam. Mahabhashyam also explaining about Shunga dynasty. And one more important book we have Malavikagnimitram. Malavikagnimitram. So, one more book we have, that is Malavikagnimitram. You know, Malavikagnimitram, it is written by Malavikagnimitram, it is written by Kalidasu. It is written by Kalidasu. You know who was Kalidasu? Kalidas also called Indian Shakespeare. Kalidas also called Indian Shakespeare. He was a great poet in Sanskrit. So, he was in the period of Guptas. Especially in the period of second Chandragupta, Kalidas was there. He wrote so many dramas and great books. So, in that books and natakas, the dramas we have Abhignana Shakuntalamu, Kumara Sambhavamu, Megha Sandeshamu, as well as Malavikagnimitram. This Malavikagnimitram, it is the story regarding Agnimitra. Agnimitra belongs to this Shunga dynasty. That's why, so here these are the books, especially these are the books explaining about the Shunga's information and Shunga's dynasty. So, Shunga, he has taken Bhagavata religion. So, Shunga is the ruler. He has taken Bhagavata religion. In the period of Shungas, Bhagavata religion is introduced in India. Actually, Bhagavata religion means the religion which is introduced, the religion which is introduced by Sri Krishna or Vasudeva. This is called Bhagavata religion. That means who are worshipping Sri Krishna, who are worshipping Vasudeva, that is called Bhagavata religion. So, here just you understand, this is we can say Vindhya-Satpura mountains. This is we can say Vindhya-Satpura mountains. So, below these Vindhya-Satpura mountains, this area totally under the control of Shatavahanas. It is under the control of Shatavahanas. But this is the area under the control of, so this area under the control of Shungas. That's why in North India, Shungas are ruled. In South India, Shatavahanas are ruled. But in the boundary, here this is the area of Indo-Bactrian area. So, this is Indo-Bactrian area. So, here Minandar stopped the horses of Pushyamitra Shunga. But Pushyamitra Shunga defeated Minandar and occupied this area. So, this is the information regarding Shungas. After Pushyamitra Shunga is a successor, that is Agnimitra. So, Agnimitra. You know, Agnimitra, he was a hero of Malavikagnimitram. You see, Kalidasu, he wrote Malavikagnimitram. Malavikagnimitram, it is the story regarding Agnimitra. So, in the period of Agnimitra, he was the strongest. In the Shungas dynasty, he was strongest. He defeated up to Vidarsha area. So, once Vidarsha also defeated by Shatavahanas. But here, Agnimitra again, he gained Vidarsha. So, in this Shungas, the last one, So 𝗹𝗶𝗁𝗀, the last king was 𝗹𝗶𝗁𝗀. In the Shungas, the last king was 𝗹𝗶𝗁𝗀. So in the period of 𝗹𝗶𝗁𝗀, there is a Garuda Stamba in 𝗳𝗏 the Vishnu temple. Garuda Stamba in 𝗳𝗏. We should remember there is the Garuda pillar or Garuda Stamba is laid at 𝗳𝗏 in the period of 𝗹𝗶𝗁𝗀. So he was last ruler of Shunga dynasty. So 𝗹𝗶𝗁𝗀 is killed by Vasudeva Kanwa. Whenever 𝗹𝗶𝗁𝗀 is killed, the Shunga dynasty is closed. So now Shunga dynasty total it is occupied by the Kanwas. Now we go for one more local dynasty, that is Kanwa dynasty. Okay, first one already I told you, after Mauryas total India occupied by 2 local dynasties, 4 non-local dynasties. In the 2 local dynasties, first one Shunga dynasty and second one Kanwa dynasty. Okay, now we go for Kanwas. So after Shungas, North India defeated by Kanwas. So Kanwa dynasty founder was Vasudeva Kanwa. Vasudeva Kanwa was the founder of Kanwa dynasty. But here you see we have no more information regarding Kanwas. Just Kanwa dynasty has 4 rulers. Kanwa dynasty has 4 rulers and they ruled 45 years. Bas 4 rulers, 45 years. So there first one Vasudeva Kanwa. First one Vasudeva Kanwa. Second Bhumiputra Kanwa. Bhumiputra Kanwa. And third Narayana Kanwa. Narayana Kanwa. Fourth 𝗧𝗦𝗔𝗧 Kanwa. So these are the 4 rulers: Vasudeva Kanwa, Bhumiputra Kanwa, Narayana Kanwa, 𝗧𝗦𝗔𝗀 Kanwa. So these 4 rulers ruled just 45 years. They ruled 45 years. In the period of Kanwas, the capital city shifted from Vidarsha to again Pataliputra. So it is shifted from Vidarsha to Pataliputra. So this is the information regarding Kanwas. But last Kanwa, 𝗧𝗦𝗔𝗀 Kanwa, he was defeated by Shatavahanas. So 𝗧𝗦𝗔𝗀 Kanwa is defeated by Shatavahanas. So this is the information regarding Kanwa dynasty. After local dynasties, India was ruled by the foreign kingdoms. In that foreign kingdoms we have Indo-Bactrians, Shekas, Parthians and Kushans. So these are the 4 dynasties. So among that 4 dynasties we have Indo-Bactrians. So actually this is also called Indo-Greeks. Indo-Bactrians also called Indo-Greeks. So Greeks once they settled in Bactria. That's why from Bactria they attacked our India. That's why they are called Indo-Bactrians. Actually, you know, all the foreign kingdoms, these are all foreign kingdoms, they came to India, they captured Indian kingdoms as a foreigner, but they joined in Indian stream. They mingled Indian stream. So finally, they have taken Hindu system, they followed Hindu traditions, and they being as a Indian, Hindu or Indian. That's why all these foreign kingdoms became Indian kingdoms. So here this is Indo-Bactrian kingdom. So here Indo-Bactrians original place Greek. Once they came to Bactria, from Bactria only they attacked on India. So here Indo-Bactrian founder, this kingdom founder was Demetrius. So Demetrius, he was the founder of Indo-Bactrian kingdom. So his capital was Shakala. His capital was Shakala. This is called 𝗂𝗍𝗺. Shakala, it is called 𝗂𝗍𝗺. Right now it is in Pakistan. So Shakala was a capital of Indo-Bactrians. So in Indo-Bactrians, the important king was Minandar. The important strongest king was Minandar. So important king and strongest king was Minandar. Minandar, he is also called in Buddhist language Milinda. He is called Milinda. He is called Milinda according to Buddhist language. So Menander, he was a Greek. He was Greek, although he has taken Buddhism because of Nagasena. Because of Nagasena, he has taken Buddhism. Nagasena was the Buddhist monk. Nagasena was Buddhist monk. Because of Nagasena, Menander has taken Buddhism. That's why, so the discussions between Menander and Nagasena. What are the discussions between Menander and Nagasena? The discussions are framed as a book by Nagasena. That book is called Milinda Panha. We should remember this book name, Milinda Panha. It is called Milinda Panha. Milinda Panha is the most important book regarding Menander. This is written by Nagasena. This book, it is the discussions between Nagasena and Menander. So Menander is called Milinda as per the Buddhist language, Buddhist system. So Menander was the strongest king. He developed Indo-Bactrian kingdom. And the last one, 𝗧𝗦𝗔𝗧. In Indo-Bactrian kingdom, the last one, 𝗧𝗦𝗔𝗧. Okay, so this is, we can say, Indo-Bactrian kingdom. So the contribution to Indian society, Indian culture. The contribution, what was the contribution of Indo-Bactrians? What was the contribution? You see, they introduced gold coins first in India. Indo-Bactrians, you may have the question, we will get the question. Who are the foreigners? Introduced gold coins in India. That is, Indo-Bactrians are introduced gold coins in India. So they used 𝗂𝗽𝗱 script. They used 𝗂𝗽𝗱 script on the coins also. So the contribution, they introduced gold coins in India. And second contribution, they introduced Gandhara style of sculpture. You know what is Gandhara style of sculpture? So Gandhara style of sculpture is regarding Buddhism especially. So Gandhara style of sculpture is introduced in India by Indo-Bactrians. So after Indo-Bactrians, we have 𝗧𝗪s. This is called 𝗧𝗪 kingdom. So northwest of India occupied by 𝗧𝗪s, especially who are 𝗧𝗪s. These 𝗧𝗪s are called, they belongs to 𝗂𝗽𝗱 tribe. They belongs to 𝗂𝗽𝗱 tribe. Actually, they have no particular shelter, they have no particular area, but their profession, that is attacking on South China, attacking on China villages and China towns. So that is the main profession of these 𝗧𝗪s. But in 220 BC, China ruler 𝗧𝗦𝗔𝗧, he built China wall around China because of threatening from 𝗧𝗪s. To protect China villages and China areas, 𝗧𝗦𝗔𝗧, he built China wall in 220 BC. Whenever he built China wall, from that day onwards, there was a surviving problem to 𝗧𝗪s. There is no surviving. That's why they wanted to move towards India. They wanted to move towards India. So that's why they came to India in northwest part, especially in Takshashila area and northwest Gujarat, Maharashtra. These areas under the control of the 𝗧𝗪s. So 𝗧𝗪s founder was that is Mauryas, and the last king was 𝗪𝗰𝗂. Last king was 𝗪𝗰𝗂. So 𝗧𝗪s, whenever they settle in India, they have two parts. They have divided two parts. That two parts are called that is Takshashila 𝗧𝗪s and Maharashtra 𝗧𝗪s. So these 𝗧𝗪s gradually became kshatrapas. Whenever 𝗧𝗪 is closed, their state rulers, 𝗧𝗪s state rulers, they are called kshatrapas. So Kshatrapas, they run the kingdom of Shekas. They are called Kshatrapa. Kshatrapa means the rulers of the states. So there the important kings was, that is Nahapana. So he is the important king of Maharashtra area Kshatrapas. So Nahapana, he was the important king of Maharashtra Kshatrapas. He was defeated by 𝗂𝗽𝗻𝗺 𝗧. He was defeated by 𝗂𝗽𝗻𝗺 𝗧. And actually Nahapana issued the coins, silver coins, but 𝗂𝗽𝗻𝗺 𝗧 defeated Nahapana, and he wrote his name on the coins of Nahapana. So that's why here Nahapana was the important ruler in Maharashtra Kshatrapas. And second, Gujarat and Malwa Kshatrapas. Gujarat and Malwa Kshatrapas. Here Rudradama was the important ruler. Rudradama was important ruler in Malwa and Gujarat Kshatrapas. You know, Rudradama, he laid Girnar inscription. He laid Girnar inscription. Also called Junagar inscription. Also called Junagar inscription. So this is the most important point, Girnar and Junagar inscription. These inscription, Girnar and Junagar both are same. So they are not different, but both are same. That inscriptions laid by Rudradama. Okay, this is the first Sanskrit inscriptions in India. This is the first Sanskrit inscription in India by Rudradama. So he is the important king in Malwa Kshatrapas. So this is, we can say, Shaka dynasty. So then we go for one more foreign dynasty, that is Parthians. So Parthians are also called Pahallavas. They are also called Pahallavas. So not Pallavas, they are also called Pahallavas. So this is also one of the foreign dynasty for Pahallavas and Parthians. So the important king in this Pahallavas, that is 𝗪𝗪. 𝗪𝗪. So the important king of Pahallavas or Parthians, 𝗪𝗪. So in his period, we have the most important point, Saint Thomas. Saint Thomas, who was the follower of Jesus Christ. One of the Jesus Christ follower, that is Saint Thomas. He came to India in the period of 𝗪𝗪. So he propagated Christianity in India. The first person in India introduced and propagated Christianity, that is Saint Thomas. So Saint Thomas, while propagating the Christianity in India, he was killed in Madras, Mayalavaram area. In Madras, Mayalavaram area, he was killed. So for memory of this Thomas, we have the Saint Thomas Church in Cochin. One more important foreign dynasty in India, that is Kushans. So Kushans, they belongs to 𝗂𝗽𝗻𝗺 tribe. They belongs to 𝗂𝗽𝗻𝗺 tribe. Kushans are belonging to 𝗂𝗽𝗻𝗺 tribe. It is in Central Asia, nearby South China. They belong to 𝗂𝗽𝗻𝗺 tribe. But actually that 𝗂𝗽𝗻𝗺 tribe people are 5 kinds. In that 5 kinds, one of the kind that is Kushans. So Kushans dynasty founder Kushala 𝗂𝗽𝗱𝗁. Kushala 𝗂𝗽𝗱𝗁. Okay, he was the founder. And after Kushala 𝗂𝗽𝗱𝗁, he entered to India and he established dynasty in northwest of India. After Kushala 𝗂𝗽𝗱𝗁, we have 𝗲𝗏 𝗂𝗽𝗱𝗁. We have 𝗲𝗏 𝗂𝗽𝗱𝗁. So both are the established ruled the dynasty in India. But in Kushans, we have the important king, that is Kanishka. So he was a great king in total foreign kingdoms. So Indo-Bactrians, Shekas, Parthians, Kushans. Among these rulers, Kanishka was the important ruler. So he ruled from AD 78 to 125 AD. So this is the period of Kanishka. So AD 78 to 125 AD. He was a son of 𝗲𝗏𝗀𝗃. He was son of 𝗲𝗏𝗃 and he established vast dynasty. So what are the sources for Kanishka's history? What are the sources for Kanishka's history? There are so many sources we have. So we have to see that sources. Kanishka, what are the sources for Kanishka's history? Especially we have Charaka Samhita. Charaka Samhita. So Charaka Samhita is the most important source for Kanishka's history. It is written by Charakudu. It is written by Charakudu, Charaka Samhita. And Vasumitra, we have Vasumitra. You know, Vasumitra, he was the chairman of 4th Buddhist Council, Vasumitra. So he wrote Mahavibhasha Shastramu. Mahavibhasha Shastra. So Vasumitra wrote this book. So Charaka Samhita, you know, Charakudu, he wrote Charaka Samhita. Charaka Samhita is the first diagnosis book in India. It is the first diagnosis book in India. So these are the books giving the information regarding Kanishka's history. And later, so Kanishka has titles. He has important titles. That is first one, 𝗹𝗶𝗁𝗺. He has the title 𝗹𝗶. And second title, he has a second title, that is Caesar. Also called, he also called second Ashoka. He has Caesar. Once again, 𝗹𝗶𝗁, Caesar, second Ashoka, and Parameshwara. He has these titles. So 𝗹𝗶𝗁, especially you see 𝗹𝗶𝗁 title will come in the examinations oftenly. That's why we should remember who has the title 𝗹𝗶𝗁. So Kanishka has title 𝗹𝗶𝗁, Caesar, and second Ashoka, as well as we have one more title, that is Parameshwara. So these are the titles of Kanishka. So Kanishka actually, he was son of 𝗲𝗏𝗀𝗃. But whenever he was the king, defeated up to Central Asia. Actually, Central Asia is not ruled by any Indian kings. But here, Kanishka attacked up to Central Asia and occupied Central Asia. But you see, he is one and only king attacked and occupied Central Asia. But also, Kanishka attacked on the China. But he is only one king attacked on China. Only one Indian king attacked on China. So he was defeated by China army chief Panchavo. He was defeated by China army chief Panchavo. So after this defeating, got the title 𝗹𝗶𝗁, because these titles will have in China. That's why whenever he defeated by China, but he got the title 𝗹𝗶𝗁. So regarding Kanishka, he has taken Buddhism. But first of all, he has called Parameshwara. That means he followed Hinduism, especially Shaivism. But later he followed Buddhism. Why? Because Buddhism is preached by Ashwagosha. Ashwagosha, he preached Buddhism to Kanishka. You know, who is Ashwagosha? He wrote Buddha Charitam. Ashwagosha wrote Buddha Charitam. And Vasumitra, Ashwagosha, both are in the period of Kanishka. Because of Ashwagosha, he has taken Buddhism. So he became the Buddhist. Kanishka became Buddhist. So Kanishka conducted 4th Buddhist Council in Kundalavanam. It is in Kashmir area. So in Kundalavanam, he conducted 4th Buddhist Council. So in 100 AD, so the chairman was Vasumitra. The chairman of 4th Buddhist Council, that is Vasumitra. And Kanishka, he was the king, conducted the meeting here only. In this meeting, the Buddhism has second split. Buddhism has a second split. That is Mahayana, Hinayana. So, in his period we have the most important writers, that is Charaka, Vasumitra, Ashwagosha. So, Vasumitra, Ashwagosha, both are the Buddhist people, I told you. So, Ashwagosha wrote Buddha Charitam, but the one more important person, Acharya Nagarjuna. Acharya Nagarjuna, he was in the period of Kanishka. Acharya Nagarjuna, he was in the period of Kanishka. So, you know Acharya Nagarjuna, he was living in Nagarjuna Konda. Acharya Nagarjuna. So, it is Nandikonda. Okay. So, Acharya Nagarjuna, he has the titles. You know, we should remember the titles of Acharya Nagarjuna. He is called Indian Einstein. Acharya Nagarjuna has the title Indian Einstein. And also he has the title Second Tathagata. He has the title Second Tathagata. Indian Einstein and Second Tathagata. Why? Because why he got the title Indian Einstein means so, he wrote the great book regarding chemistry, that is Rasaratnavali. He wrote Rasaratnavali. This is the chemistry book. That's why because of this book he got the title as second Indian Einstein. So, Acharya Nagarjuna wrote Suhrullekana, Rasaratnavali, Madhyamikavada, etc. He wrote Suhrullekana, Rasaratnavali, Madhyamikavada. He wrote these kind of books. Acharya Nagarjuna wrote these books. That's why Acharya Nagarjuna contribution was there. So, he proposed Mahayana Buddhism. Acharya Nagarjuna proposed Mahayana Buddhism. That's why in the period of Kanishka, these are the changes, these are the improvements in the period of Kanishka. You know, Kanishka, so we have to say this date 78 AD. 78 AD, we should remember this date. He became the ruler. Kanishka became the ruler in 78 AD. So, this is called Shaka era. In Indian calendar we have Shaka era. So, Shaka era starts from 78 AD. That means whenever Kanishka became the ruler, when he came to throne, from that day onwards, Shaka era means Indian calendar starts from 78 AD. If you see Indian calendar, as per Shaka era, it is I think 1937. There will be, if you see Indian calendar, so on the top of the calendar there is a box. There 1937 year 2017. This is 2017. But there we have 1937 maybe, like that. That's why. So in 2000, just like 17, we have to deduct 78. If you deduct 78, so 9. So what is this? 3. Yeah, 1939. Indian calendar. If you see Indian calendar now, if you go and see there, so in the calendar we have 1939. What is 1939? Yes, according to Shaka era, this is 1939 year. So this is called Shaka era. Whenever Kanishka came to throne, whenever he became the ruler, from that day onwards it is called Shaka era. This is a great contribution, great honor to Kanishka. So in the period of Kanishka, so the most important point we have to remember, Silk route. In the period of Kanishka, we have Silk route. Silk route means from China to Rome, there was a route. The silk importing, exporting from China to Rome to China. So the silk, what is a silk product? It was exporting from China to Rome. So that's why there's a main route through that Tibet area. That is that Jammu Kashmir, like that area it goes. It is called Silk route. This is the most important point in the period of Kanishka. So, but anyhow, in the Kushans, Kanishka was the important ruler and is the greatest ruler. Kanishka, he has a Silk route. In his period, the Silk route is started. Silk route means from China to Central Asia up to Rome, the route which is transporting of silk, that's called Silk Route. So Kanishka has taken Buddhism, as per earlier class he has taken Buddhism by the preachers of Ashoghosha, and also he constructed Kanishkapuram. He constructed Kanishkapuram. So he constructed Kanishkapuram. So his capitals was Peshawar. His capitals were Peshawar and Madura. He has two capitals. One is Peshawar and Madura. So in the period of Kanishka, this Gandhara style of sculpture is developed. In the period of Kanishka, Gandhara style of sculpture is developed. Because if you see, we will have the question, we will get the question, in whose period Gandhara style of sculpture is developed. So Gandhara style of sculpture is introduced by Indo-Greeks, that means Indo-Bactrians, introduced, but developed in the period of Kanishka. That's why we should remember Gandhara style of sculpture is developed in the period of Kanishka. In the period of Kanishka, Madura style of sculpture also started. Actually in India we have two kinds of style of sculptures. One, Gandhara style of sculpture, second, Madura style of sculpture. So Gandhara style of sculpture is introduced by Greeks, Indo-Greeks or Indo-Bactrians, but Madura style of sculpture is introduced in the period of Kanishka. That's why we should remember there are two style of sculptures. One is a Gandhara style of sculpture and one more is a Madura style of sculpture. You know what is the difference between Gandhara and Madura? Madura is it is developed in central India, and Indian gods or goddess. So what we are looking now, what we are seeing, the Indian gods and goddess, this is the sculpture, Hindu gods and goddess sculpture, it is called Madura style of sculpture. So Buddha is his statues, Buddha shapes, it is a Gandhara style of sculpture. So this is two sculptures are developed. This is Gandhara is developed in the period of Kanishka. Madura is introduced in the period of Kanishka. And so Kanishka, he was actually was a Hindu. First of all, he has taken, because you see, his grandfather has taken Buddhism. His grandfather has taken Buddhism. That means 𝗂𝗽𝗱𝗁𝗺. And his father has taken Hinduism. He was a devotee of Shiva. That's why there are two effects. Because of his father, he was a Shaivist, Hindu. But later, Ashoghosha preached Buddhism to Kanishka. That's why Kanishka has taken Buddhism. So here in Kanishka, Kushans they are called secularists. Kushans are called secularists because they have not followed any single religion. But each ruler, they followed different religions. That's why this is Kushan's period is called the secular stage. Because you see, 𝗂𝗽𝗱𝗁𝗺 was founder of Kushans, he has taken Buddhism. Even though what are the coins issued by 𝗂𝗽𝗱𝗁𝗺, so on that coins the Buddha picture is there. On the coins of 𝗂𝗽𝗱𝗁𝗺, Buddha picture was on the coins. He printed the Buddha's picture on the coins. And here 𝗧𝗏𝗪𝗺. 𝗧𝗏𝗪𝗺 means father of Kanishka. So 𝗧𝗏𝗪𝗺 has taken Hinduism. But basically his father has taken Buddhism, but he has taken Hinduism, especially Shaivism. So on the coins of 𝗂𝗽𝗱𝗁𝗺, the Shiva and Nandi pictures are on the coins of 𝗧𝗏𝗪𝗺. That's why, so he has taken Buddhism, he has taken Hinduism, and Kanishka has taken Mahayana Buddhism. He has taken Mahayana Buddhism because Acharya Nagarjuna was there. Because of Acharya Nagarjuna, he has taken Mahayana Buddhism. So, and last one, Vasudeva Kanwa, he has taken Hinduism. That's what I am saying. in the period of Kushans, the secularism is developed in this India. But anyhow, so Kanishka, he was a great king, great ruler in India. So he was being a foreigner, but he joined an Indian stream and he followed Indian system also. Okay, so this is the Kanishka's information. After Kanishka, we have 𝗧𝗦𝗔𝗧. After Kanishka, we have 𝗧𝗦𝗔𝗧. So 𝗧𝗦𝗔𝗧, he was the king described or mentioned in the 𝗂𝗽𝗱 𝗂𝗃𝗃 Rajatarangini. So it described about 𝗧𝗦𝗔𝗧. And after 𝗧𝗦𝗔𝗧, we have second Kanishka. After 𝗧𝗦𝗔𝗧, we have second Kanishka. And the last one in Kushans, that is Vasudeva. That one, Vasudeva. So he was defeated by Persians, and the kingdom which is ruled by Kushans, it is given to Persians. So in the Vasudeva period, the Kushan dynasty is closed, is declined. That's why the last king in Kushan dynasty, that is Vasudeva. Okay, now just little bit information regarding Kushan's administration system and their social conditions. So Kushan's administration system, it is centralized administration system, because here only the king has sovereignty. He ruled the country. That's why it is called centralized administration. So in Kushan's period, especially the women, regarding social conditions, it is a paternal society. Women has a respectable position here, and here Sati also is introduced. Sati also it was there, and social levels also there. Although here Kushans, they have given the importance to women, especially in India. The Kushans are introduced to the dressing styles. They introduced dressing styles. That means now we are wearing pant, shirt and cap, shoe. All are introduced by Kushans in India. Before Kushans, Indians weared, they have not weared pant, coat, like hat, cap, they have not weared anything. But whenever Kushans are entered, so they introduced to India these kind of dressing styles. So that's why it's a great contribution to Indian society by Kushans. And here the important cloth is 𝗂𝗽𝗃 𝗧𝗦𝗔𝗧. It is we should remember 𝗂𝗽𝗃 𝗧𝗦𝗔𝗧. This is the most important question, which cloth is introduced in the period of Kushans, that is 𝗂𝗽𝗃 𝗧𝗦𝗔𝗧. It means the woolen silk combination. The cloth, it is a woolen and silk combination cloth is there, that is 𝗂𝗽𝗃 𝗧𝗦𝗔𝗧. So, and here the people, some of the people, they wants to play some dramas, especially what we can say regarding the Shiva, regarding the social system. They wants to exhibit. They wants to exhibit some dramas. They are called Shivalakulu. They are also called Shivalakulu. The Shivalakulu means who play the dramas on the streets. So regarding social system of Kushans, there are Mahaparivar. In the Kushans social system, we have Mahaparivar. Mahaparivar means the joint families. In the period of Kushans, we have Mahaparivars, that is called joint families. And as well as the most important word in the Kushans period, that is 𝗓𝗃. That is 𝗓𝗃. 𝗓𝗃 means she was a guardian of the children. So she was appointed for maintain the children, and she is called guardian of the children, that is 𝗓𝗃. So this is social conditions. And also religion, what kind of religion they followed. Although I told, so Kuzala codifiers followed Buddhism, Vima codifiers followed Shaivism, that means Hinduism, and Kanishka Mahayana Buddhism, Vasudeva Hinduism. That's why this is called a secularistic country, a secularist state. So they followed different religions. And in Kushan's period, we have some literature also, because there are Vasumitra, the great person Vasumitra, Ashwagosha, Acharya Nagarjuna, Charaka. These also stayed in the period of Kushans. Especially Vasumitra, he wrote Vibhashita Shastram, Mahavibhashita Shastramu. This is an encyclopedia of Buddhism. Mahavibhasha Shastram is called Encyclopedia of Buddhism. So Ashwagosha, he wrote Buddha Charitamu and Saundara Nandanamu. So Ashwagosha wrote Buddha Charita and Saundara Nandanamu. These two books are written by Ashwagosha. And Charaka, we have Charaka. Charaka wrote Charaka Samhita. Charaka wrote Charaka Samhita. So this is a diagnostic book, diagnosis book. Because today we are doing diagnosis, which disease is there, we are getting results. That means we are finding the disease. That's why the diagnosis system in India, it is introduced by Charakudu first. And we have Acharya Nagarjuna. Acharya Nagarjuna, so he has two titles already I told you, second Tathagata and Indian Einstein. So he contributed so much to Buddhism, Mahayana Buddhism. He wrote Suhrulekana, Rasaratnavali, Madhyamikavada. He wrote these kind of books and he participated in 4th Buddhist Council, which is conducted by Kanishka. He participated in 4th Buddhist Council. So he proposed Mahayana Buddhism. So, and he supported Sanskrit. That's why we have this kind of poets are in the period of Kanishka. And regarding agriculture system, financial system, so they supported agriculture. In the period of Kushans, agriculture is the main crop, and wheat, barley and rice they produced. And Karshapana, Dinar is the coins in the period of Kushans. Karshapana and Dinar, this is the coins in the period of Kushans. But anyhow, finally Kushans, they were defeated by Persians. So if you see, these are called all the dynasties regarding the foreign dynasties. Later Mauryans, we have 2 local dynasties and 4 foreign dynasties. So 2 local dynasties are, that's one Shunga dynasty, second Kanwa dynasty. And later we have foreign dynasties. That foreign dynasties Indo-Bactrian, Shekas, Parthians and Kushans. So among all these foreign dynasties, the important dynasty is, that is Kushan Dynasty. Basically they came from foreign country, they came from South China, Central Asia, but they joined in Indian Union. But anyhow, among all total foreign dynasties, the most important ruler, strong ruler and great ruler, that is Kanishka. So after decline of these Kushans, after decline of Kushans, we have the Gupta Dynasty. So you see in Indian history, it is a sequence.
నార్మలైజేషన్ ప్రక్రియ ఎందుకు చేయాల్సి వస్తుందంటే ఏఆర్ పోస్టులు ముఖ్యంగా ఏఆర్లో ఏం జరుగుతుందంటే 10% రిజర్వేషన్ ఫర్ విమెన్ ఉన్నది, హారిజాంటల్ రిజర్వేషన్. 10% హారిజాంటల్ రిజర్వేషన్ ఫర్ విమెన్ ఉన్న సందర్భంలో మెన్కి విమెన్కి మెరిట్ తీసేటప్పుడు రిటర్న్ ఎగ్జామ్లో ప్రాబ్లం లేదు. రిటర్న్ ఎగ్జామ్ ఒకే మాదిరి రాస్తారు, ఇద్దరు ఒకే మాదిరి క్వాలిఫై అవుతారు, ఒకే మాదిరి వాళ్ళకి మెరిట్ గ్రెడేషన్ లిస్ట్ కూడా ఉంటుంది. ఫిజికల్ టెస్ట్కి వచ్చేతలకి ఫిజికల్ టెస్ట్ వీళ్ళకుండే